Now that we understand how to create the body of the quiz, let's begin to look at how to create the pool or the question pool within the quiz. So let's go into the quiz. Notice the quiz has been created. All right, that's the little quiz icon, the white paper with the check mark. Let's hit on test quiz. Now a new screen will pop up that looks a little different than what you're used to. On the left hand side you'll see questions in this quiz. This will always be the repository of questions, and this will be the actual questions that are being added to the quiz. And because this is blank and empty right now, we have no questions for this quiz. Okay, but one of the functions that we need to do, if you look at the top, you have questions, categories, import, export. Export is the idea of moving your questions out into another course. Import is bringing questions from another course in, or an outside source. When I say outside source, I mean like a CD-ROM, a PDF file. The problem with that, as of right now in Moodle, you need to know coding and PHP or HTML editing information to be able to do that, to format those. So majority of your work will be done, unless you understand how to do that, inside this bank. So let's go to categories. Now you're going to see this screen that says edit categories. Now in here, because I've created categories already, you kind of see a whole slew of categories. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and for you it may not be as far, it just depends on how many categories you've created, toward the section that says add a category. The importance of adding a category is it allows you to simplify your question bank so that you can categorize them however you like. I'm going to break them up by the style of question they are. So let's say I have multiple choice. Well, I'm going to choose the multiple choice category, or I'm going to choose short answer. I'm going to choose calculated. There's a variety of choices we have. You could do it by class. You could do it by subject. That's up to you. If you come over to the right here a little bit, you'll see this where it says parent. That's the parent folder your category is going to be housed in. Now when I drop this down, this gives me all the topic categories I kind of already have created. We're in activity module test quiz. I have the top default for test quiz, or I have under course faculty Moodle orientation. That would be the actual course we're in, and then I have some that I've already created underneath there. So I'm going to pick under activity module, the top is my parent folder. I'm going to name this multiple choice questions. You could create category info if you'd like, but you don't have to. And then I'm going to hit add category. The category info will just provide insight for you, so if you know, it could be 6 months before you see this again, and it gives you a little more explanation on what that is. Now you see the screen refresh, and we're back to the edit categories at the top. But if I look down, question categories for activity module, I have default for test quiz, and underneath that is the subcategory of multiple choice questions. Now notice behind here there's a 0 because I have yet to create anything in that subcategory. Okay, and so as many categories as you'd like to create, or as few as you'd like to create, it's up to you, but it's a way to departmentalize and keep track of your questions, and it can be very simple, and I would suggest doing it especially as you build your courses out. Now we click quiz to go back to quiz. Okay. And notice there's still no questions in here, but if I was to scroll over to the right hand side, underneath the question bank, if I go under activity module test quiz, I have multiple choice questions. Now notice when I click on that, because I have yet to build a single question in this category, alright, underneath that parent folder, this area goes blank. No questions have been added yet, and that's the next step.